Shalom, shalom. I would like to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory that is due unto you, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. I would also like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for passing down this truth. And I would also like to send a sincere salutation out there to the elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Now, in this lesson, I want to go into how Esau does not have your best interests at heart. Now, I compiled a few clips that I found to illustrate my point, and as always, I'm gonna go into some scriptures to back up the point. So I'm gonna just let this video run. I'm not gonna stop it or interrupt it. It's only about 3 minutes, so let's get into it.
You better believe that I hate the people that took this girl and raped her brutally. You better believe it. And it's more than anger, it's hatred. And I want society to hate them.
In New York City in the late 80s and early 90s, the case of the Central Park jogger was notorious. In April of 1989, a white woman who had been jogging was found brutally raped and beaten nearly to death in Central Park. Not long after the woman was discovered, 4 black teenagers, 1 Latino teenager, were charged and jailed for the crime. The gruesome case whipped up an unbelievable hysteria throughout the city, the media ginning up fears with headlines about wolf packs and roving gangs and wilding. But the 5 boys, ages 14 to 16, had falsely confessed to the crime after hours of police interrogations. They were later tried, convicted, and sentenced to prison. But vindication for the group, known as the Central Park 5, came in 2002, when a convicted murderer and rapist confessed to the crime. And that confession was then corroborated by DNA. The prison sentences of the Central Park 5 were overturned, but by that time they had already served between 5 and 13 years. In 2014, the men were awarded a $40 million settlement from New York City. The story that had gripped the city for years came to a close, and yet one Manhattan resident's obsession with the case continues to this day. Just weeks after the crime was committed in 1989, Donald Trump took out a full-page ad in 4 New York newspapers advocating the return of the death penalty. And when the city awarded the men a settlement in 2014, Trump wrote an editorial in the Daily News calling the settlement a disgrace. And now, even now, as the presidential nominee for the Republican Party, Trump hasn't allowed science or evidence to change his initial reaction to the case. Just this week, Trump said he still considers the men, again, exonerated by the criminal justice system and by DNA scientific evidence, guilty, issuing a statement saying, quote, they admitted they were guilty. The police doing the original investigation say they were guilty. The fact that case was settled with so much evidence against them is outrageous. The woman, so badly injured, will never be the same. Joining me now.
Can I have 30 milkshakes and also some chicken? And we're going to take care of the customers. Is business good? You're making a lot of money? You're getting rich, right? Thanks a lot. Thanks very much. Look at the way you hold. You like each other, right?
Donald Trump?
Yeah, we love Donald Trump.
You do?
Yeah, I love Donald Trump. How you doing, man? That's the president, right?
Well, we took care of those colleges.
Sure did. Much better than Biden did, so I was This is Clark Atlanta, this is Spelman, this is Morehouse, this is Morris Brown, they all came.
Isn't that great?
So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you. Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come
for
here,
a
let
while.
me give you a hug.
Please do. Tell my mama I made it.
A disgrace. See, Jake thinks Esau has their best interests at heart. The first clip that I played, it shows how wicked that this man Donald Trump is. He, even after evidence proved, and even the man who confessed to doing, the whole Central Park 5 incident, the man confessed to it, another person, and there was DNA evidence linking him to it to prove that it was him that did it. But that wasn't enough for him. See, anybody of character and any decent person would have retracted their statement and issued an apology. No, He's still, because he has a perpetual hatred for Jake. You see? But Esau, that's his MO right there. He just deceives you. Now, and then you see Eve, Eve and the serpent. But what can you expect from the black woman? Like, let's be real. That was no shock there. Especially even Jake, even the Jake men. Like Israel is a complete disgrace. You think the Lord is coming to save all of us? He's only coming for his elect. But anyway, I'm gonna go into Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'm gonna get it in the GNT. GNT beginning down. Come on, man. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'm gonna start at the 10th verse in the GNT. It says, "Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved in their wrongdoing. An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He will speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. He will pretend to share your sorrows, but he will kill you if he gets a chance. If trouble comes your way, you will find him waiting, ready to trip you up while he pretends to help you. He will be a different person then, rubbing his hands, nodding his head, and spreading rumors about you. You see, and that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. That's his MO. So stop thinking that he has your best interest at heart, because he doesn't. It says that Esau will have a perpetual hatred toward Jacob. Perpetual means for everlasting. Now let's go to the blue letter, Jeremiah chapter 17, start at the 5th verse. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh. For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabited. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. You see, we have no trust for Esau Edom in his system. Voting, it's of none effect. Voting has never done anything to benefit Jake, especially because they're all ran by the top wicked elite to push their agenda. They don't have Israel, they don't have anybody's best interest at heart, but especially Israel. The so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see how bad they do us over here in America. But yet, people still put their hope in this system, talking about you got to go out and vote. Oh, it's your civic duty to vote. Oh, people, you know, picketed and rioted, and some people even died for your right to vote. So they did that for what? All these years later, we're in the year 2024, and what has voting ever got you niggas? Nothing. You would think at some point Jake will understand, like, man, I've been voting all this time and I got nothing to show for it. I'm done with this. But no, you're going to keep doing it every 4 years, time and time again, and then trying to put the squeeze on people that don't vote, like something's wrong with them. Man, the hell with you people. Now, let's go to Genesis 25 and 27. We put all our faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. We got no faith in this man or his system. This is Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Esau Edom being the so-called white man, and Jacob being, Israel, those Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. Now let's go into that word, cunning. Cunning, having or showing skills in achieving one's end by deceit or invasion. Attractive or quaint, skill in achieving one's end by deceit. And that's Esau for you. He's deceitful. He comes to you like he's a friend, but in the end, as soon as he gets the chance, he's gonna stab you in the back. We saw that with Cain and Abel. The story of Cain and Abel. Killed his own brother because he couldn't do right. And he was jealous. Same thing today. And nothing changed. Now, let's go to 1 Peter 5 and 6. Yeah, 1 Peter 5 and 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. See? Let's go into that word devil real quick. Diablos in the Greek. Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. A calumniator, false accuser, slander. Applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act part of the devil or side with him. And isn't that, in that first clip I showed you, isn't that what Trump was doing? He was false accused and slandered those four men, those five men in the beginning. See, that's the MO of the devil. And devil means slander and deceiver. Because some people get confused. They think Satan and the devil are the same person. Satan is the spiritual devil, spiritual demon, but the devil is a physical counterpart that walks on the earth with us, and that's Esau Edom. Read it again. 1 Peter 5 and 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. See, the Most High, he cares for you. Esau Edom doesn't. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Now let's go to Psalms 10 and 5. Psalms 10 and 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments. Actually, I'm start at the fourth verse. For the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You see, that's the pride of that devil. Says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And who is the poor? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. See, like, our people, they're never going to get it. That's why it says, these simple ones, how long will you love simplicity? You keep expecting a different outcome, doing the same thing time and time again. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Let's get in the NLT. This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. I'll start off with the 14th verse. You are about to enter the land of the Lord your God is giving you. When you take it over and settle there, you may think we should select a king to rule over us, like the other nations around us. If this happens, be sure to select as king the men the Lord your God chooses. You must appoint a fellow Israelite. He may not be a foreigner. See, you're not supposed to be electing a heathen over you. Why? Because he's only going to have his best interest at heart. He's not going to care about the people. And why should he? See, so voting in and of itself is going off. That's against the scriptures. Well, voting for, like a United States president to rule over you, that's going off. Because the Lord didn't choose him. Now, let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Yes, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward hearing that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. You see, and that's what happens when you appoint a heathen over you. You're going to go off. You're going to start following after his ways and not the covenant of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But yet, you can't tell Israel nothing. Now let's go to Isaiah 30 and 2. Yeah, let's keep it in the NLT. I'll say at the first verse. What sorrow awaits my rebellious children, says the Lord. You make plans that are contrary to mine. You make alliances not directed by my spirit, thus piling up your sins. Alliances with who? The heathen. For without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. In America, Babylon the Great is spiritual Egypt. It says, for without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. You have put your trust in Pharaoh's protection. You have tried to hide in his shade. See? And the same thing going on today. What was happening then is going on now. Let's go to, it's only right, let's go to Isaiah 31. Go back to the King James. Look at the header. Help not in Egypt, but in the Most High. This is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work in iniquity. You could say that the other nations help Esau Edom, here in his rulership, but you could also use this for Israel, helping to forward Esau Edom system, and not just doing away with it completely, following the pagan holidays, voting and what have you. You're helping push his society forward. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So you're gonna fall with the heathen. Now let's go to Genesis, the 3rd chapter. This is the header says the fall of man. This is Genesis chapter 3. I'm gonna start at the top. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh God had made. And he said unto the woman, ye that hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Now let's go into that word serpent real quick. Serpent, snake, serpent, image of serpent, fleeing serpent. Now, in Christianity and all these, Roman Catholic doctrine, they think it's an actual snake that's slithering on his stomach. No, the serpent is Esau Edom, because he's subtle. He's subtle, he's deceitful. It says, and he said unto the woman, ye hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. And you see how's the snake talking? Like, come on, people, let's use some logic here. It's obviously a man. It's not an actual snake. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You see? The serpent, he pimping on Eve. He whisper in her ear, telling her what she want to hear, telling her sweet nothings. You see, and she's falling for it, like she does here on this side still till this day. It says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant of the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat it. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they had heard the voice of the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Let's go into that word beguiled. To beguile, to deceive, to be beguiled, to beguile, deceive. Exactly, to deceive. And see, that's the devil. He's a deceiver. Now, I'm gonna end it here. Let's go to Revelation 13 and 11. Eve is still doing the work of Esau, Edom till this day. Look at this. Look at
You
this.
better believe that I hate the
Look at how look at how she's holding him. Look at this. Pathetic. Pathetic. She got her head laying on his chest. Oh man, nigga woman is through. This is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast. Actually, yeah, I'm just just make the point. This is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Let's go into that word dragon. Dracon. Yeah, dracon in the Greek. A dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. See, that's Satan. That's Esau Edom's MO. To deceive you, to slander you, to act like he has your best interest at heart, and then pull the rug from out under you. So it's high time that, Israel wakes up out of sleep. But honestly, if you still have faith in this system, then chances are you're not of the elect. And when Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to leave you here. He's going to gather his elect, and he's just going to destroy you. You're just going to have to come back in the kingdom as a baby. Because at this point, voting in 2024, you really lost. You don't know anything, and the Lord is just gonna have to wipe you out. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord's will. This lesson was edifying. So the next time I say shalom, and salute to the elect out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity, and the women, out there, because there's elect women out there according to the scriptures. So till next time, shalom.